You know what time it is? It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's number one urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it's Tuesday. Great day yesterday, talking high school basketball, and I can't wait to finish the subject when Jimmy come on a little bit. But hey, y'all, I got to talk to y'all. I really got to talk to y'all today. Uh, who all saw the show yesterday? Whoever saw the show yesterday, I just want to let me know who all was on the show. If you was on the show yesterday, let me know. I just want to see how many people who was on the show yesterday. And while I was doing that, share the show right now, because let me tell you something. This is going to be a great, great, great topic. And I want all the people who were here yesterday, I want you to come back. Let me know if you saw the show yesterday. And I really want to know. Let me shout out to my starting five first. Let me get back to business. Uh, D. Holcomb, Rod Wells, Daryl Anderson, Kim Jackson, Mate Cora are the starting five, and the sixth man of the day is Corey Willis. What's up, Todd? I'm just curious, Todd. I'm going down. Hey, Dale. Hey, Jessica. Jim Norris, I think he was here yesterday. Did y'all see the show yesterday? Did y'all? Let me get some stuff out the way first. I just want to know if you saw the show yesterday. Let me know. Because I'm having a problem. I'm having a problem. I think I'm finding out, Rosie and Greg Wiles. Greg, I'm finding out, man, that a lot of this stuff, man, that's why I always protect the kids. Because I know what they're dealing with at home. I knew what my son was dealing with at home. No, I get off the show. Some people calling me. Some people calling me. We got people that watch this show that when they hear certain things, and I just want to know, when you was watching the show yesterday, you know, I even had to straighten Coach Woods out because he came on here and said something reckless. Fort Bend Ballers, let's head down to, yeah. They got enough people down there. They don't need me right now. Hey, hold up. I got to straighten out Houston first, Fort Bend Ballers, before I can go to, hey, Fort Bend Ballers. We got some problems right here amongst our own damn people. Before we go down there and fight with the judge, we got to learn, we got to get right before we can go out and fight. Because if you're in a fight, some of these folks might turn and you get your head bust with some of these folks. And the reason I'm saying this, and the reason I asked, did y'all watch this show yesterday? Because I know for a fact, Robert Hatter do not allow people to bash kids on this show. I don't. Now, people want to come up in and critique, because guess what? Jimmy told, I didn't think about it last night, but nobody said that when they put your kid on the front of the magazine, back of the magazine, and okay, Rick Garfield. I don't hear no shit. But somebody called me yesterday. Rick Garfield, I'm on the golf course. Messed my whole damn round up. Somebody, Tamika, got they grown ass on the phone and called, man, they on the Jimmy on here, tearing up, talking about your son, and talking about this, and talking about, we didn't mention no damn names yesterday. I know I didn't. But if you go, y'all always, this ain't no kids. This ain't no kids. I'm talking about their parents. And they damn friends. And I hope they ass watch it. Thank you, Jacquemont. But Jacquemont, I'm out here Jacquemont, I'm out here knocking the hell out of the ball. So this dude called me more than one time. He said, Hal, we got people that watch this show. B. Scott, they talk about your son. Kevin Allen, they talk about your son. Let me tell y'all something. Ain't no way in the world that I'm going to get my ass up and be on this show today. Y'all don't even know what happened. Did y'all notice that I was 8 minutes behind today? I couldn't get in the system. The devil didn't want me to get in the system today. Because y'all, we got to stop this stuff. Ain't nobody talked about nobody's damn son yesterday. With y'all messy asses. And I hope y'all ass watching today. All I ever try, take my time out and spend my time is to make sure our young kids are able to get the best out of their life they can. But with parents and parents' friends like some of these people, now, how the hell these kids gonna win? When you got these ignorant ass grown folks hollering in the stands and doing all this crazy stuff. Yes, I'm mad. Because you're messing with the kids. Jimmy, on here talking. Hold up. I ain't got my microphone over here right. I'm telling y'all, we almost didn't have a show today. Almost didn't have a show today. Hold up, y'all. No, you don't show up when you want to. No, Jim Nard. Couldn't get in the system. It was shutting me out of my own system. I said, Jim Norris, it was crazy. But yeah, I ain't talking about it. Yeah. B. Scott, I did just mention your name as an example. Yeah. But you grown. Listen, I don't mind talking about you grown folks. Yeah, I don't mind talking. So yeah. Help me out. Great. I see why these kids having problems. That is Moody. That sitting there courtside with me. He sit there and heard the people in the crowd. He said he's not surprised. Let me tell you something, man. This man right here don't want nothing but the best for your kid. Ain't nowhere in the world I'm going to allow anybody to come up here and talk negative about your kids. Now, if your kid is a basketball player, you always want exposure. You always want exposure. You go to these events for exposure. You go to here. He ain't writing about me. When you go out there and bust somebody's behind, You expect for him to say something. Great. But once Jimmy give the facts about what happened in a basketball game that everybody saw, if you got Baller TV, you can go and watch the game. Brandy, how can somebody pick up a phone and call a mama and daddy and say, hey, you're talking about your son? But he got your son ranked in his magazine. Y'all got to help me with this stuff, parents. Parents, I wasn't like this. I don't even understand some of these them crazy ass people out here, man. Y'all so bad we have to come up with an acronym for you. PGW's, Parents Gone Wild. Uncle's Gone Wild. Grandmama's Gone Wild. What the hell is wrong with y'all? Doug Smith. I don't understand Doug Smith. I started not to talk about it. But I can't, Doug Smith, I can't do like we used to do. You got the little uncle pinching on the little girls and the little boys, and don't nobody say nothing about it. I'm gonna whoop that uncle's ass. Go get him some help after I whoop his ass. Friends of the parents with y'all messy asses. Shut the hell up. You ain't got no damn kid. Your kid, where your damn kid at? Come on, man. Every time I sit up and brag about y'all, I just come. We want these kids to do better. We want these kids to do better. What we supposed to say? That 51-point ass whooping his son, that's amazing. Here's a participation trophy. Go get your ass whooped by 51 again. By a Dallas team that get on the road and come. Somebody got to help me, man. Somebody got to help me. I never forget. Somebody sent me a text. Alpha, I'm glad you're on it. Somebody sent me a text. I read the text. Like, this how sick this damn community is. He said, Hatter, y'all teams got beat by the speed limit. It's people in that organization got mad at me because I'm reading a text, Dale Griggs. Like it was my fault you got beat by the speed limit. I just read it. I just read it. Oh, you missed what? He said, Jefferson Day said, I missed what happened. As I said, hold me accountable to my evaluation. This ain't got nothing to be doing with no evaluation. Y'all guys keep doing what y'all doing, Jeffrey Day. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. I know what y'all doing. We just got some parents and parents' friends that on this. The reason I have to qualify this is I hope them snitching ass, I hope them messy ass, whoever was messy yesterday, I hope you listening to me. I'm gonna look in this camera right here. Man, ain't nowhere in the world Me and Jimmy, as busy as we are, got time to come over here and talk about your goddamn kid. It's embarrassing to me. It's embarrassing, kid. Instead of the watching the show yesterday and calling the parents, y'all should have had a gym. Them dudes in the gym. Hold up. They told me they had a workout for the disciplinary problems, and didn't nobody show up for 2 players. I don't know if it's true. That's what they telling me. Man, thank you back. People are gonna say what they feel about a game. Y'all, did y'all notice me? How I am? I talked for 35 minutes praising every kid that I saw and liked. Everybody loved that. I didn't talk. In the beginning of the show, go back and get the show. That's what everybody want, Brandy. Robert, I talked about everybody's kid that I saw and then I was impressed by. I'm not a kid critic. I'm not a kid evaluator. I go to the gym and see, can I recognize and see who the next professional basketball player or the professional football player? That's what I walk in a gym doing. I don't know where he gonna play at college. That ain't my job. That's Jimmy and Doug's them job. So those guys, all they doing is they've seen a lot of guys just like your kid. Those guys from Duncanville put on their drawers and jockstrap the same way our kids down here do. But they came and had a clash at a greater venue, a great exposure. It was guys from all over the country watching Little Johnny. So of course everybody talking about it. That's what they had. That's what they had. What's the Apollo? Some of y'all y'all want to hang the Sandman. And all the Sandman, if your ass ain't good, he gonna jank y'all. You mad at the same? Be more talented when you get on the stage. Don't sing until you can sing. Them guys talk about basketball. And guess what? And they talk about see, y'all got playing sports and being around top athletes for a long time. I can see. Like remember I told y'all about the Houston, I gave y'all the parallel of the Houston Rockets, lost 12 games in a row. Don't y'all know something is going on? Can't you just know there's something going on behind the scenes? It wasn't the fact, Jeffrey Day, that Duncanville beat the other team. It's the fact that this is my problem. Jimmy on there talking about your kid. And you got parents mad at Jimmy or me. But I spent 40 minutes in the beginning of the show praising every kid that I saw. I didn't even know, listen to me. I didn't even know the loss was that bad. They had to tell me. I don't look at the final score when it's like that. I don't look. I just don't look. I don't look. I just know we got great things planned for these young kids in the future. And we not going to let no friends of parents stop it. Those kids were on a national stage. It was people from all over. I told you, I met the dude from Atlanta. I didn't even know who he was. He was just asking me about players. And we going back and forth. And then I look at his tweet. I guess what I said resonated to him. He tweeted it. And listen, I understand. I had a son was in this same cesspool, this mess. I told you. We are intentional. In case you didn't know, if you're new to the Chop Shop today, we are intentionally sitting in the world's messiest intersection. Grassroots sports, high school sports, politics, entertainment, all of that collide. And we sit in it, we talk about it, we debate about it. And then guess what? We get up, brush ourselves off, figure out what we learned. I was trying to give them guys something yesterday that they can learn from this experience. Because guess what? This has happened before. The greatest people that lost before. But when they put you on a stage and in a magazine, you're happy than a punk in jail. But when they say, Junebug missed the layup, I got dunked on, you're mad. Ain't no other show in the world gonna come over here and talk about your kids like this. So we just got to get better, man. That's all. I had to share that with y'all because we got to get better. What you should have been doing instead of calling, hey man, I got a gym open over here. Let's see, can we get in the gym? Let's get our kids in the gym. Let's get our kids, if they're having problems, if they're having problems with each other, let's do like the dads on duty, excuse me, sir, and let's go find out what's going on with our team. And maybe some of the mix-ups and the things that the kids are going through, the friction as a girl, because of these goddamn parents and their parents' friends. Maybe for when kids are arguing on the bus and arguing at halftime, instead of getting your ass on the phone and calling, why didn't y'all say, where the dad's on duty? How do we can teach all day long if you're not willing to listen and apply? You're right. But guess what? Faith comes by hearing and hearing the word. And thank you. Guess what? We wasn't there. Everything, most of the, B. Scott might have B. Scott, you might be right. B. Scott said, let me put it on the screen. Because all we doing is getting secondhand knowledge. But B. Scott, what I have learned, guess what, B. Scott? Where there's smoke, there's some fire. So, let me read you what you said. I know it's a long, it said, look, most of what y'all are hearing, let me put it up here. I definitely want to hear it. Isn't true. I'm not sure if there was some exaggeration, a miscommunication, a misunderstanding, but if the 4 specific things I've heard about discipline stuff, none of it is accurate. I don't know why someone is lying on the program like this. I don't want to parse through what is, but B. Scott, you wasn't there, so you're going to be getting secondhand information from your son or for whoever. Well, none of us there. If it was happening, I'm going to put it like this, B. Scott. If it was happening, whatever it coming on. And hey, let me tell you something. And maybe it's true. Somebody might have it out for the program. But this man right here then came on record and talked about how great the program and how great the coach is. If it is a problem, young men have problems with each other. I told y'all, this shit happens. B. Scott, if it ain't no problems on that team, that's probably the only team in the freaking world that don't have a problem. Never forget this, Barry. Barry, I'll never forget this. Son in the 10th grade. Lost in the second round of the playoffs, right? Come out of the dressing room and just grabbed and hugged me. Right? He was crying. He don't cry. I ain't never heard him really cry. He said, man, Daddy, you just don't know what I've been through this year. As a dad, how would you feel, Chuck McGowan? The jealousies. He out doing an interview. He walked back in the dressing room, and one of the teammates talking about, Coach, yeah, y'all and Coach think that ninja's so great. He ain't nothing to me. One of his teammates, the one that was supposed to be my kid in the 6th grade, this is 12th grade, 10th grade, 15-year-old, 18-year-old. And I'm hitting there hugging my son, he crying. He said, you don't know what I've been through. He didn't tell me. So B. Scott, if ain't no problems on that team, let me tell you something. If it ain't no problems on that team, B. Scott, you in the minute minority. When every day a 15-year-old boy have to come to practice because he the new man in the neighborhood and he come and become the star and the seniors don't like it. I'm just, you following me? If that team don't have no problems, baby, shit, y'all done been half the battle. But my only problem is, what's up, Herb? Share the show, everybody. Herb, when I hear these things, and a lot of these things come from multiple sources, and all I'm thinking about is the boys. Matter of fact, some kid on the team, I can tell you, I text him just to make sure he was okay. I didn't ask him what went on. I was just letting him know that Mr. Hatter got you back. I'm praying for you, young fella. Hey, y'all. All I'm trying to do is be an example. I told y'all the story. I go shopping. I'm just giving you stories, parents. I go shopping to buy my sons some shoes for the upcoming season in that same 10th grade year. That's that same dude who was talking negative about my son. Hold up, let me help you out. We go to buy some shoes. He said, Daddy, I want to wear these this year. I said, okay. He said, but I want my whole team to wear them. What can you do? I said, do me a favor. I said, go get their sizes and send them to me. Tasha, they sent me the sizes. Not the coaches, the kids. Y'all gonna follow this. Y'all gonna follow the pattern. Not the coaches, the kids. Bought every last one of them a pair of new shoes. Kyle Cole know it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Kyle, I got something for you today, too. Never forget this. Bought every last one of them the shoes. That same dude who talking about my son, talking about he think he had them on too. All of them. And I know they were hating on him. One of the mammies told somebody the only reason he buying these shoes because he want his son to play. I bought them for your son, nappy head. That's what I want. I bought them for your son, not the coaches. I ain't buy the coaches now. I bought them for the kids, his teammates. And the hell he wanted. He the best players in the city. The hell he ain't gonna play. But that's how dumb some of these damn parents are out here, y'all. Never forget, a friend of hers mad at me because my son better than somebody. What is wrong with some of these people that you can get mad at a whole nother human being because his son can play basketball? This how shallow this community is. And I told y'all we can't keep putting the same ingredients in the cake. Expect for a different cake. We keep putting these same old people get mad at people because of basketball. So people don't speak to me because of basketball. People was mad at me because I funded, hold up, with my money, the franchise all-stars, and didn't fund a program. Thank you. Hey, Tasha, wait a minute, what Tasha just said? Hold up. Yo, I didn't know what Tasha said. Mr. McDonald, I don't think he's referencing any of them. No, I ain't referencing no mama and no dad. I'm talking about, listen, the mamas and daddies in basketball, period. I was a dad. Talking about me too. So we ain't talking about no one person. We ain't personalized this. This is a bad spirit out here, y'all. That's all I'm saying. And Tasha, thank you for straightening old Barry McDonald up. Barry McDonald, man, come on with this. Come on, follow me, Barry McDonald. All we did, we had some of our top kids play against some of Dallas' top kids. Dallas kids were better on this day. This team might not never see a team that potent again until later. Boy, this Herb Baker, oh my God. Boy, he bless his little soul. Hey, and yesterday, I'm out here playing golf. But I have to talk to this guy. When this guy called me, I want to talk to him. So I'm hitting golf balls while I'm talking to him because I got the earpiece in and hit a couple of bad shots. Then I thought about what he was telling me. And all he was telling me, said, Hatter, he said, I can't believe people can see that show and get off and go call these parents and talk about somebody talking about their kids. How could you see that show yesterday? You follow me? And I listen, y'all. Y'all be laughing when I be talking about mental illness, and y'all don't take it serious. Some of this stuff we're doing is just don't make sense if you go back. I told y'all the reason I stopped coaching with Look League coaching when I saw a video of me coaching these little 9-year-old kids like I'm freaking Pat Riley. I mean, I'm just, because you see how emotional I am. I'm out there. You get it. And I saw a video of me. I didn't like that video. Guess what I did? I immediately went home and said, Rob, I ain't never coaching you no more, baby. I'm going to get a coach to coach you. Because I didn't like what I saw. I was too into it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I was there. I was there, Tasha. I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here. I've been sitting in the stands, Miss Glover. And the girl, the ladies coach from the high school we were playing, our rival, my son playing, he's sitting 5 feet from me, an administrator at a school, and the head basketball coach of the girls team watching the game. Heated rivalry. Tasha, my son fouled out the game. So all of their fans went wild. This man knew right where I was sitting and stood up and said, get his ass out of there. Yes, glad you fouled his ass out. Get it. Now, coming from another fan, I'm all right. But this, I'm an administrator. So I know what you go through. That's why watch them fans. It was some obnoxious ass fans in these stands this weekend. I'm sitting there saying, I promise you, I wanted to go over there and grab the mic from Rick Godfrey and say, you people over there, shut the hell up. I promise you I wanted to do that. Then it was about, he's so rude. Yeah, but you rude. But maybe they haven't seen themselves, Tasha. Cheer for your baby. I don't mind you cheering for your baby. Here go Jimmy now, so I can quit talking about this mess. Cheer for your baby. We don't mind you cheering for your baby, but guess what? Hold up, Jimmy. Let me get you right here, man. Let me get you right. Okay. All right, I'll just leave you like that. But yeah, it's all right to cheer for your baby. But I'm just saying, and Jimmy, you know, I know you've been gone. Jimmy, I was on the golf course yesterday after the show. I get the show. I get to playing golf and get a call. I had to answer this call because, you know, I got to answer my man when he called. And so when he called, he just said, Mr. Howell, he said, can you believe somebody watched this show yesterday? And they called me, get Jimmy's number. So I want to call Jimmy because he talking about my son on the show. I said, maybe I was watching the wrong show yesterday. Jimmy, maybe I was watching the World's Turn, the Young and the Restless. Maybe I was on the wrong show yesterday. Because I know how many man hours you has missed the show. So when he missed man hours on the show, that means I got to do this. so he can put out this magazine with y'all kids on it. Hold up, not just on it, but all through it. Well, where the camera? This camera, Jimmy. You know, Jimmy, I got all these cameras. He got a right doing this before your kids was born to talk about what he saw in the game and talk about what he expect. His favorite word, because I always get on him. I say, why are you trying to hold James Harden responsible? Robert, our expectations of James Harden is different. No, that ain't it. You just hate him. He said, but guess what? When he puts you in his magazine, some is expected out of you. Jimmy, how many emails did you get from a parent saying, take my son out the magazine? How many? How many? They didn't say that. Man, you giving my son too damn much credit. You didn't get none of them emails, did you?
Oh, no. Not one.
Ladies and gentlemen, I rest my case. I love y'all. I just want y'all, listen, I had a great, despite all of that stuff I told you about the people hating on my baby. I'm buying them stuff and they still mad at my son and Jimmy, all of that kind of stuff. It was one woman. There's one mammy. So, Jimmy know the mammy. She's so blatant. You told my son, hollered out the stands, you need to stop shooting threes. Before he stepped on this campus, y'all weren't even nipped. Your own coach said y'all weren't even thinking about making the playoffs. Your son can't make a three, but you telling him what not. I mean, right there in earshot. And guess what? I had to calm down and grab that crazy when my daughter, because she's a little different. I done been through this same stuff. Jimmy ain't had the advantage of going through this as much, but I done been through this same stuff. But I ain't never, not one time, I didn't know Jimmy that well then. Called him saying, hey man, what you saying about, I don't care. Because guess what? At 5:30 in the morning, Herbie D, that little fella was in the gym before everybody got to school. Taking a shower here. That's how we got better. People were better than us. That's how we got better. When somebody beat you by 51, you got to go to the gym. That's the only way you can get it. Your mama can't do it. Your daddy can't legislate that. Your daddy can't keep Ron Holland from dunking on your ass. Only you can do that. So, Jimmy, when I saw that yesterday, Jimmy, I had to spend this 40 minutes and I just wanted to reflect, man. And I had so much stuff to give y'all today. But this community, I just want us to listen. If you don't like the cake that's being cooked, let's start putting better and different ingredients so we can get a better finished product. Let's put better. Jimmy, I even said, Jimmy, it was some disputes, whether there was some disputes. Like your reports that you was giving about the disputes that the team was having, I guess they was incorrect. Because somebody, and I told her, I said, look here. I told one of the mamas on, I said, look here. If your team don't have no problem, you are in a minute minority, because I ain't never been on a team that didn't have no problems and have no problem. And all I was saying, instead of the guy getting on the phone, calling you, Jim, calling somebody looking for your number, he should have been saying, hey, Dad, let's go intervene. Let's go up here and see what we can do to help our young men. They down. They been beaten. What can we do to help? That's a different ingredient. I know they ain't never thought about it. That's a different ingredient, Jimmy, that we got to start doing in this community. Instead of calling and being messy, call with something, man. Call with some, elevate your game. Messy ain't cool no more, man. Intelligence is the new sexy out here now. It's all right to be intelligent right now. But Jimmy, man, welcome to the show. You can have at it. Hey, this is your hour. You go at it. Let's run through them games, and I'll just come in whenever you need me to. What you got going on?
I mean, shoot, that's you got to understand. I guess I got to take it back to the psychology of this, of a lot of this stuff, and a lot of people. Before we get into the games on Saturday's games, we're going to share our afterthoughts from the season opener.
Right.
Once again, from Saturday's results. Well, first, this is how this goes. And I often point it out to you guys, and I do so again, because sometimes some people, just because we pointed it out a year ago, 2 years ago, 4 years ago, 6 years ago, or whatnot, when we started the Chop Shop, here's the deal. There's a portion of people out there that, follow me, that either don't care for him, or don't care for me. I'm saying it,
Jimmy. Repeat that again, Jimmy, because I think because some of these people like us. So, but repeat it again. Repeat it again, please.
There's a portion of people out there, and they will want you to think that their voices have magnitude and is amplified, but it's really not. But there's a portion of people who they don't care for / can't stand / hate the guts of either this guy right here or this guy right here. So either or. So what happens is they will sit and wait. Trust me, we occupy a lot of real estate in their brains. I promise you that. For free. We drive folk crazy. And sometimes we just get bored and do it on purpose.
So,
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that means we know the strings that we can control and the buttons that we can push to just make some of those. Because a lot of them is just so many. You can't say the plan. To make some of those, some of that portion, just where they can't help themselves, and the hit doggone holler. And so here's an example on how this works. They'll wait and they'll see something on the show and take something like yesterday's show. And they'll go and text the person, hey man, he talking about your son again. See, yeah, that's supposed to be your partner. That's supposed to be your boy. Look what he's saying. Look at it. He dragging your son's name out there. They talking about your son. So now that your initial reaction as a parent, not even knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, man. What? Man, I'm telling you, man, that's why I don't even watch it. I'm just telling you how this stuff goes. But how the hell you know we talking about their son? If you talking about, you gonna tell him, you throw it in there. Man, that's why I don't even watch that mess, man. I ain't got time for that.
Hold up. Jimmy, I ain't got time for that internet show.
Yeah. Yeah. So then now the person initially they're gonna react. A parent gonna react. Hey man, give me that dude number. I need to talk to him. Well, for what? Man, I heard he talking about my son. Then it goes from there. If it's a mother, don't let it be a mother. You gonna get with the matriarch and you gonna tell him somebody talking about her baby? Mama's gonna what? Hey man, hold on. First of all, I don't even know you like that. But what you saying about my baby? Have you watched the show? No, I ain't watched nothing yet. Go watch the show. An hour later, mama takes back. You know what? I ain't got no problem there. You saying the same thing I told him on the way home from the game. Thanks, Mr. Hicks, he need to hear that from somebody. Matter of fact, one parent texts me, I'm going to make him watch the show tonight. They baby. So that reinforces takes the village to raise the child theory. See, nowadays it thinks about it, and it's all around. Think about this. Today, if your neighbor's kid, if you came home and caught them pissing on the side of your house, would you take your belt off and go and whoop him? Would you chastise him? Would you do anything to try to discipline that kid? Right now, today. I know the answer already. Hell no. Now, what you would do, you would probably go tell the mama or the daddy and let them know what their son was doing over in your yard, up against your house, pissing against your house, and some skeeting on the trash can. Might some splash, over splash, that's what they call it out. Can't aim straight. So now, here's my point. Back in the days, Hatter, if you went and pissed on the side of your neighbor's house and they caught you doing it, what they would have done to you back in the day?
Whoop my behind.
And then what they would have
done. My mama would have whooped me too. My mama would have whipped me too.
So you see the difference now? The difference now is people are reluctant. And they're so sensitive.
And I don't blame them, Jimmy. Jimmy, I'm sorry. In these times, some of these people are riding as hell and be beating on these kids. Some of these people ain't right. So I kind of understand these parents being overprotective. So you can't, it's a little bit of different times, but I love how you said, and I love the mamas. That's when mamas say something. I'm always sensitive of when my mom say something. Because I know, I think I love my son like a daddy, but I loved him. He was the only son I've ever had. He was my namesake. Can you imagine that? The dude got your name. That's a part of you. So I understand it. So I understand you being defensive. But all I'm saying is being respectful. But keep going, Jim. Keep going.
And so this is where we are when so many people go and run, and they run to the parents with that the sky is falling, that Chicken Little theory. Remember you had the fable, you read the story about Chicken Little, the sky is falling, Mm-hmm. And that was it was a moral to that. And what happens is, what I always do, I know how the story is going to end most of the time. The story normally ends to whereas the parent will say, oh man, I ain't, you're right. I appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Hicks. At the end of the day, the story pretty much always ends like that. Thank you. I understand now. Because there's a lack of understanding. And what we do on the Chop Shop is supply you with needed understanding to go and battle and to go and navigate through bullshit like some of y'all see and hear often. See, here's the thing about this. Once again, just say the magazine that they showed y'all earlier. I got copyright in. Okay. This magazine. There were people that's going to purposely, they'll take yours, but they gonna purposely not buy one.
What?
They'll purposely not buy one, but they'll go and they'll take yours. Man, let me see this stuff. They'll get to looking through it and they'll see some stuff. Then all of a sudden now you don't get it back. Now that dude this only $5. And my point is this, is that, guys, the work that I put out in the community, that we have put out for the past 2 decades with RCS Sports. This is the thing. A lot of you guys just came on board. couple of years ago. I've been doing this stuff before social media. The website rcssports.com is updated this morning. It's updated yesterday morning. It ain't just updated after an event. It's updated every day, pretty much at least 5 days a week with intel. If there's ever a time and you want to know, don't cost you nothing. Just go to the front of our website. On the right-hand side, there's a search box in the top, near the top right corner. Type in anybody's name that you want. And if nothing comes up and it's going to say no results found, then that means I have not given you, well, between Jeffrey Day, Doug Jones, and myself have not given your baby any ink. And if your baby has been producing and you'll find yourself in that situation, then guess what? Let me know, and I guarantee you his name will be on that website tomorrow. It's just that simple.
Jimmy, I got to tell this story. Let me just, in a quick story. A mama gonna argue me down, talking about how he don't look out for my son. He ain't nothing. He ain't on my son. He ain't on my son. So I had the computer that day. A laptop. What's that little thing? What's the little thing? What you call this thing? iPad.
Yeah.
I said, come here, let me show you something. Look, I'm going to put your son's name in this little search bar. Jimmy. I don't know the number, 4750. I don't know how many damn times the man's name showed up in there. Jimmy. She still say you was hating on him. So some people, Jimmy, somebody said it earlier. It don't matter what you do, Jimmy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You can go. I just want.
And that's the, I understand. That's my point. You're not going to save the planet. And as much as you do, and here's the thing, I tell people all the time. You got takers and you got givers. And a lot of stuff that we do, we attempt to give back at every component. This past weekend, one of the things that we didn't, I guess, went far left, under-publicized, was at the season opener. We had a voter registration drive.
Fallbrook Church. I saw
Fallbrook Church. Mm-hmm. Pastor Mike Pender and his deacons and some of his parishioners, they come out and volunteered to conduct a voter registration drive at the Campbell Center at one of the entrances. That means you came one of those ramps. They was parked right outside of it at the base. They had the little truck and the little setup, that way now. And they registered a lot of people to vote. That's doing something for the community. That's saving a person from having to drive to the post office, get a voter registration card or the DMV, get a voter registration card, fill it out, turn it back in. We saved you time. That's called a service to the community. Guys, just on yesterday, this past weekend, and then yesterday it was the deal was sealed, the stuff arrived. One of the high schools in the area, thanks to my good people over at A Better Bail Bond, right? And A Better Radio Network, they're on a radio station as well. We had the Chop Shop Overtime that we did the pilot. We did a test pilot on there for a few weeks just to see. And we put it back in the freezer. We'll bring it out later on whenever the timing is right. It's in the freezer, but it worked out great. We tested it out. Then the COVID, we couldn't get the guests that would come in because of COVID at that time. So the show was on Saturday morning, or was on Saturday mornings. That's the slot. We'll bring it back later on. But my point is, Kevin Hampton, Randy Hampton, and all the Hampton family, I got them to step up and join my efforts towards supplying brand new uniforms with 4 days notice to Cashmere High School boys basketball. As a result, we had a meeting with the principal on yesterday. They wanted to meet with us. They've never had a booster club over there. So we're going to establish a booster club at Cashmere High School. And everybody going to look good. They're going to wear stuff good. They're going to we've already committed to internships from within the school, making a difference. Bicycles, over 400 bicycles has been ordered from China to help supply some of the students in that community. Giving back. Since everybody want to keep score on how much in taking, how often the person is charging $20 to get in and $15 to get in here and there. Guess what? Measure by the amount and the ability for us that we're giving back to your communities. And I promise you, it won't even take, you don't even need a calculator. You don't even need fingers. Measure the giving back. Because you know what? People that matter, they're paying attention to the amount of giving back. And that's why Rick Godfrey made the announcement on this weekend. I share with you guys the big news is that they informed me, and I got the official phone call came yesterday from I think his name was Robert Brown. He's the head of the PVIL Coaching Association. The Prairie View Interscholastic League was the Negro League for black high schools up until 1969. Black schools couldn't go to state with UIL. The UIL existed, but you couldn't go to state, right? You couldn't go to state and play against their schools. You had to go to state, and the state tournament wasn't held in Austin for PVIL. It was held at Prairie View A&M. There's so much history and about those schools and those programs back then that was from PVIL. It's so much. They have a Hall of Fame. I got the phone call that I am being inducted in the PVIL Coaches Association Hall of Fame, not for playing baseball, not for keeping stats for the basketball team. It was for my contributions, my ability to give and give back to the basketball community. This by far is the greatest merit that I've ever received in my life, would be that award. And I encourage you, for some of you, that to look up PVIL and just do a little, and just do a little homework on it. That is humongous of an achievement in life. Understand, for a non-player to be inducted in that. I'm just explaining to you. That's very, put it like this. In the Naismith Hall of Fame, what percentage do you think were that got in there, like, for their contributions, not for their coaching?
Naismith
like
is
a George Raveling. George Raveling was inducted 5 years ago.
Jerry Colangelo.
He was a coach. He was a Jerry Colangelo.
Yeah.
Not for their playing days.
Right.
Yeah, they both coach, but that ain't what made the Hall of Fame.
Right.
It's for their contributions.
Right.
And that's where I want you guys to focus. So now, what that does now, that gives a whole different line. And I wish that you guys can get your minds from being so feeble and stop trying to compare a Chrysler 300 to a Bentley in this business. And that's what it seemed like. So now it's valid. That's validation. So now I just wanted to get that out there, and I appreciate all of the work and all of the people that acknowledge and are paying attention. Because giving back feels good. Giving back, once you start, you ain't gonna stop. Certain forms and fashions of giving back, and everybody has it in them. So I just thank you guys for the support, and I'm ask you guys at this time if you share the show with your timelines right now, with your groups, because guess what? The Chop Shop, remember, we serve a purpose. We're giving back. There's no, so when you subscribe, there ain't no subscriber fee. You know, we ask you guys, a lot of you guys have learned and met each other here and there. And and we appreciate that. But now we're gonna get into these games from Saturday. As promised. And these are the season opener. Let me share the show myself with y'all. How I'm for the share the show too. I'm sharing.
Yeah, my people might be too mad at me because I just shared it too many times. Oh. They might be saying, "What the hell wrong with you?" That my man Mastermind. Look at it. Yeah. We got a super chat in the building. Mastermind come to the top of the line. What's your question, Mastermind?
What's a super chat?
He just super chat. He go ahead of the line on YouTube. He go to the head of the line. Whatever his question is, we got to answer that one first. He the super chat.
Here we go. Now, while we waiting on you getting this question together, here we go. Of course, on Saturday, yesterday we did Friday. On Saturday, we started off the day. Aldine Nimitz played Second Baptist. Second Baptist, when this game was put together, they have their most recruitable player is named Jordan Williams. Jordan Williams, well, we have him ranked at, Alan. He's ranked number 7 in the senior class. And he's out for the foreseeable future, and possibly the majority of the season with a leg injury that was suffered.
Oh, Jordan Williams. Yeah. Jermaine's son. Yeah, okay.
Jermaine's son.
Yeah, I got you.
So Jordan Williams is out. So we had already got Second Baptist in because of Jordan Williams. So without Jordan Williams, then you have young Cestero, right?
He played for Cestero. I thought he played for Houston Baptist.
I know he transferred away.
Okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Right.
Dominique.
So Dominique.
Yeah.
And I almost called his dad's name. That's why I had to stop.
Yeah, I got you.
Dad Alex. So Dominique Cesteros, he transferred away. So those were 2 starters that were part of the reason why we got and invited Second Baptist in the first place. They're not there. So then what we did, we just patched them up with Aldine Nimitz, who is a resident of Aldine ISD, and they have a brand new head coach in there, and that's Taji Rito, who was the starting guard along with Kendrick Perkins on that Bowman Ozan team that went to state 3 years in a row back at the turn of the millennium. Well, Nimitz jumped out 21-5 and never looked back. That was his debut. Him and his staff, they were looking good on the sideline. They were communicating. They have a nice blend of youth on that Nimitz team. And this team next year is going to be a key player in the area. They may not have enough to win 5 straight playoff games to get to state, but they have enough to keep you from winning 5 straight. That's what next year they will. So now they won the game 66-40. In that game, want to send well wishes out to Alan Branch. Alan Branch and their accelerated analytics provided the statistics this past weekend, right? And during the first game, Alan Branch took sick. He felt ill.
Yeah,
He
he
had to
wasn't
get
feeling well.
luckily he called me on the other side of the court. He said, "Man," he said I'm getting dizzy. You know, I'm feeling. So I immediately motioned for the trainer, our medical. We had 2 medical staffs there. We had the trainer, Chris, who you guys see, the white guy in the blue that be hustling and grinding, and then we had a doctor there as well. And so they tended to Alan Branch and did some preliminary stuff, but it was beyond Chris's expertise. So then the doctor came and they took Alan Branch in the hospitality room and worked on him, and they were going to send him to and take care of him. But anyway, it ended up working out. So the statistics from that first game was incomplete, so it didn't use them. So that's why you won't see a box score for the first game 1 on Saturday. Meanwhile, we called the replacement, and a young girl, Brittany, came in, and she filled right in. Alan Branch, we had to get him back to the hotel, and somebody flew into Houston to drive him back to Dallas home. That's how he was home by dark, but took him back to the hotel. He rested up there, and so all is well. So these are things that goes on at events, and if the problem is solved in a timely manner, proper manner, you guys as spectators don't even know that it takes place. You see what I'm saying? That's sometimes it's always going to be something that happens at an event. It's going to be something. Always, not most of the time, always going to be something, a problem that needs to be solved. And that's why on my Twitter page, if you look under my handle and you see up what my subtitle says, it describes me as a problem solver. People ask me what I do. I don't use owner on my business card. I don't say I'm the CEO. I don't even use that because people know if they know. I say I'm the problem solver, or I'm the editor, senior editor. That's what I call myself. But back to this. So in this game, of course, you had a kid named McGrover Odily. He scored 15 points in that win. And this young kid, a young sophomore, had Eric Woods. He's in the magazine. He scored 12 for Nimitz. And of course, Second Baptist was led by Alex Scarborough. He finished with 10. Now, the second game of the day was a highly anticipated game. Katy Paytow took on Pearland Dawson. Well, Katy Paytow they're good. They went to the regional tournament last year and came one game from going to state. I mean, they have Trevor Frank, who's a guard and he did look good in that offense, running that team. Charles Chuckwood, or I call him the Chuck Wagon. Charles Chuckwood he did his thing, barely missed a double-double, 11 points, 9 rebounds. As for Trevor Frank, check out this. He had 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 steals. He's signed with Dallas Baptist. Charles Chuckwood is signed with Tulsa. Frank Hader get him next season. And they had a young fella, Larry Lyons, of course, on the Dawson side of the fence, little Larry Lyons. He had 16 in the loss. And Tyree Davis, the son of former NBA player Ricky Davis, he finished with 21.
I like him.
In the loss.
I like him.
Right? And another kid, Abu Kamara, he almost had a double-double in the first half. But this game, Paytow was out there. Dawson made a furious rally, but they ran out of time. They ended up losing 61-53. And as I look at the box score, Adam, Tyree Davis had 21 points, 5 rebounds, 5 steals.
I told you, I like that kid, man. He just he energized a body, man. I like him.
And the thing is, Dawson has at least two key players on the football field. So this Dawson team losing to Paytown by single digits, that ain't a bad task when your team is incomplete. Good showing for Pearland Dawson. Great showing for Katy Paytown. Now, on Thursday, Paytown, guess who they play, Hatter? This Thursday morning.
Who?
Atascocita. Over in the Pasadena tournament in pool play. They put both of those teams in the same pool. That is a disservice to both of those teams. It's a disservice probably to Paytown because they know about Atascocita. Atascocita's has won that tournament before. So they know what Atascocita bringing. But for you to stick Paytown in the pool with Atascocita, either that means you mad at Atascocita, or you just disrespected Paytown and didn't even do a homework to realize that this team is top 5 in the state of Texas. Class 5A, that is. Or top 10, that is, in the state. So in that game, of course, that's your second game. Now, the third game featured 2 of the top 10th graders in the state of Texas. 2 of the top 10th graders in the United States of America. They both were in Houston. You had Chris McDermott and Jaquil Registi.
That's his name.
Jaquil is from now.
Okay, Regis. Okay, okay.
He's from the islands.
Oh, okay. Okay.
His parents are.
Okay.
So you guys can we're gonna chop up a name every now and then. But Jaquil, he started on varsity for Summer Creek last season. The Summer Creek team, he was in that starting lineup with Amari Abrams and the rest of those cats. Well, both Amari Abrams and Jaquil has transferred away. And now Jaquil is at Episcopal. This game went down to the wire, and Booker T. Washington lived up to the hype and won 74-73.
That was a good game, man.
That was a great game. Great game. That was on Saturday morning.
See, that's when I came in. When I came in on the game before that one. The Paytown and Dawson. But that Washington game was worth me sitting there, and I saw it. I felt, but keep going, because I fell in love with a couple of players in the game. You can talk about Jaquil, and you can talk about the big fella McDermott. But Jimmy, that Justin Beggs, oh my goodness. I did not know that little kid was that good because, he was a Junebug. I didn't go watch the Junebugs play and the little young guys play. But, man, that Justin Begg impressed me. I'm telling you, because I was a guard, so guards impressed me. So I have to say, when I left there, that's all I could think about. I can't wait to go watch Episcopal play again because I want to watch Justin Begg. He was exciting to me.
Yeah, and of course, Justin Begg finished with 16 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals in the 1-point loss.
Wow.
Now, Justin Begg, and the thing that another thing in that game, of course, this game featured a lot of highly touted underclassmen. We mentioned Justin Begg, and as he was one. We mentioned Jaquil. We mentioned Chris McDermott. We'll talk more about them in just a second. But another kid I got a chance to see in an organized setting made his high school debut, and that's Jaden Holt. Jaden Holt only had 6 points and 4 assists. He was 2 for 7 from the field. Wasn't a good day shooting the ball for him. But I saw some things. He came off the bench, didn't start for this team. And I had to, and I compared him to another freshman we'll talk about in a second, because these two were 2 of the most touted freshmen coming into this event. And I saw both make their high school debut. And we'll talk about the other and remind you in just a second. But back to Chris McDermott. Adam, he had 30 points, 16 rebounds, 2 steals, 4 for 5 from the free throw line. This 10th grader produced. And a win. He was 13 for 25 from the field. That's slightly over 50%.
And Jimmy, it seemed like he came out there. I mean, he came out there saying, hey, man, all these people in here, I'm on this stage. I'm about to bust somebody's behind. He act like he was like he grew up with in my day, in Herb day. He came out there saying, I'm going to work.
Yeah.
Dudes, you don't see that often, man, from a 10th grader. I'm just telling you. He was like, I'm the best player on the floor. That's what he was. He was acting like, hey, I'm the best player on the floor. But keep going.
And, speaking of the best player on the floor, well, on this game, is no doubt about it that the most productive, the most imposing person on the floor was Chris McDermott in this particular game. However, Booker T. Washington better had won that game. And I'll tell you why. They better had won because there's a player in that starting lineup for Booker T. Washington that's ranked number 5 in all of the area in the 11th grade class. And I'll read you his stat line. He was 1 for 9 from three-point land. He was 6 for 20 field goal attempts. He didn't hit a single free throw. He missed both of his free throw attempts. He finished with 6 rebounds and 13 points in 28 minutes. And that's Kenneth Lewis. Kenneth Lewis, you can see a bad game.
Wait a minute, what team?
For Booker T. Washington. Kenneth Lewis is ranked number 5 in the area. Number 5 in the area.
Wait a minute, y'all was talking. Yeah, they was talking about him at the Ruck on the Wood, wasn't he? Did he go to Ruck on the Wood?
Yes, he went to Ruck on Wood.
Yeah.
So that's what made him get to number 5 because he played so well at Ruck on Wood and helped propel them upward.
Oh,
and he got the million votes.
I remember.
So now I don't understand. If you win, then you get saved by the bar.
Okay.
On that for you dice shooters out there.
Jimmy, I didn't pay attention to him. Herb or somebody tell me what didn't do. What was that? He took some shots. He just missed shots. I don't even remember him.
He was 1 for 9 from three-point land.
Oh, he couldn't make. Jimmy, sometime that happened.
But I know. But if you lost this game, then that is attributed to the loss.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
They will say, well, your kid is number 5 in the area.
Okay, I got you.
You follow me?
I got you.
So that's what I'm saying. So you won the game. So that means it goes from this is the line you're on. It goes from having a bad game and being the cause of them losing to he was okay and you won. You see the difference now? So so Kenneth Lewis, he did 13 and 6. That ain't horrible.
Yeah.
But if you're the number 5 player in the area,
he didn't dominate in no area.
The guys on the 2 leading scorers on both teams, right? Well, the leading scorer on both teams was a
sophomore.
Was 10th grade. Was a 10th grade.
Okay, 10th grade. Yeah.
So that means good. So guess what? Kenneth Lewis is no punishment.
No
punishment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because somebody gonna call his people on your ass, Jimmy.
Oh man, that's good. And they'll understand.
I'm messing with you.
And I know, and Kenneth Lewis, you have to realize he know what school he went to before.
Where? I don't know.
He went to C.E. King High School and transferred out. He would have been at C.E. King. He left there last year a couple of games into the season and transferred out.
Okay.
Now,
What's the next game?
once
We got to
again,
move
I
on,
was
Jimmy.
just giving an example
Mhm.
using I was using examples so people understand the difference between how important winning is.
Yeah,
So now, next game,
I like that.
and of course, Jaquil finished with 21 and 11 in that,
Oh, hell,
in
what?
that loss.
I like
Next up,
Jaquil. I didn't even know who he was, but I
Jaquil-
like him now.
Oh
Yeah.
man, hey man,
Uh-huh.
both of them dudes, they're in good hands. And guess what?
Uh-huh.
Guess what?
Uh-huh.
The kid McDermott,
Uh-huh.
we had Jaquil ranked at number 2. McDermott at like number 7, number 8.
Who was number one? Who was number one? Over
uh,
McDermott. Robert Miller?
No.
Who?
Who's number 1? Zion. From
Oh,
Westwood.
Pipkin.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Zion.
Okay.
So now, next up, that was a matchup of the 2 of the top 10th graders. The
Okay.
next game was a matchup between 2 of the top 11th graders
Oh!
in the area. And that game did not disappoint at all either. This Elkins and Bel Air.
Mhm.
It was that was a great game as well.
I love that game.
Bel Air fought to the finish, but fell short by 1 possession, 58-55 against Elkins High School. This Elkins team, they feature Chris Johnson. Bel Air features Jacob Cole. Jacob Cole is a young man who made it to the final cut of USA basketball trials just a couple of months ago. And he has gotten so much better. It's one of those things where he's one of those kids, and I'm pretty convinced already. I've seen him play about maybe 8 times in the past couple of months, that it has to be the right type of jockey to ride that horse, because the wrong coach will not get the maximum productivity out of him. And he
So
has to
you
have.
saying he got to go to the right school?
Well, that's everybody, but he has the right coach.
Okay.
Even in grassroots, whoever he
Okay.
plays with, it has to be the coach that would. Sometimes you think you can. Jockey gonna hit the same horse in the same spot, and he
Gotcha.
can go faster.
Right.
With him, it's a different type of young man.
Okay.
But he's getting a little bit more comfortable.
I love it.
With expressing himself on the court. He talks some good. They opened the game talking good shit together.
Yeah.
Him and Chris Johnson. See, they work out together over at the TJ Ford Academy.
Oh,
So they work out together all the time. They were grassroots teammates for a portion of the summer with the Houston Hoops.
Okay.
You follow me?
Yeah.
So they both know each other really well. And Chris Johnson opened the game. He had his fat mask on. That's the game you said he opened the game and he asked, "Where's Jim Hicks?" I was in the corridor, didn't hear it, and he said it more than once. And he was like, "Where's Jim Hicks?" And the time I walked out, somebody came and got me. Let me go out. I thought something had happened. Said Chris Johnson, "Where's Jimmy?" I thought something had happened. I really did. I go out there, stand out there, and by that time, Chris had to hit 2 early 3-pointers, and I guess he was feeling good about himself, and he kind of calmed down. He was over anxious, picked up 2 fouls, and that broke his cause
he was
broke his mode.
Yeah.
Then
Jacob Cole put him in the rim. Now let's not say that Jacob Cole put him dead in the rim.
What Archie at? Does Archie got a tape of that? Do we need a video?
I got a tape, and I ain't gonna play it. I ain't playing that. I ain't gonna play that.
That's all part of the business. I
ain't doing my boy like that. I love both of them. No, you know what? I didn't download it on the computer though. I didn't put it in the
Yeah. And shout out to Tack Mine. He was there supporting this Booker T. Washington.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And it's good to always see alumni come out and support their old school. And also, guys, December the 7th, Booker T. It is finalized and it's confirmed. The Booker T. Washington, it will be honoring Tack Miner December the 7th in a ceremony during their home game. I don't remember who they're playing against, but that is a huge just a huge occurrence.
It's an honor. Yeah. I mean, that's
And so that's
good,
get that out
man.
the way. And
That's
no, we'll
good.
talk more about that as we get more details.
Mhm.
But Elkins and Bel Air.
Great game.
Chris Johnson
I
ended up
left
with
at
19
halftime. I had to go.
points,
Yeah, I left at
5
halftime.
rebounds. 19 points, 5 rebounds. He was 4 from 9 from three-point land. Only took 14 shots, right?
Who was that?
But he had Chris Johnson. But
Okay.
he had 7 turnovers.
Okay.
Those 7 turnovers, I guarantee you, at least 1 or 2 of them contributed to Bel Air staying that close. But
Right.
that's a win. See, once tell you something. If Elkins lost this game, then those 7 turnovers,
Yeah.
they supersede the 19 points, the 5 rebounds.
Right.
This is how it go. But Chris Johnson won the game. His team, and it is.
Yeah.
So guess what?
And Jacob Cole got money. He got his money.
Cole,
Yeah.
23 points,
Uh-huh.
8 rebounds.
Uh-huh.
And so now, on the flip side, they lost 58-55. So let me point out something to you from Jacob Cole. 0 for 7 from three-point land, Hatter. 0 for 7
That's
from
all
three-point
right.
land.
That's all right.
Hold on.
That's all right.
1 for 7 from the free throw line.
Damn, they could have won that
And you
game.
lost by 3
Yeah,
points.
Jacob. I
So
got to
there
go.
you go.
Hey,
There you
Jimmy,
go.
Jimmy. They play against Christian Begg tonight. Justin Begg tonight at Bel Air. Tonight. Episcopal played Bel Air tonight. Jacob Cole. I just wanted to throw that in there, but keep going.
And of course,
He on the front of. Hey.
both of these guys are on the front cover.
Okay.
Jacob Cole
Okay.
and Chris Johnson.
Okay. I'm with that.
And guess what? They both showed up.
They showed up. I got to talk. Jimmy, you didn't
1
tell me.
for
I got to talk
7
to Jacob. I got to talk to Jacob about the free
1
throws.
for 7 from the free throw line, to me, is worse than going 0 for 7 from three-point land.
Absolutely.
That ain't supposed to happen ever again in your basketball career. And no matter what level.
I didn't realize that, man.
1 for 7.
That's all right.
So
We're going to get right. Hey, Jimmy, guess what? We're going to get in the gym.
Oh, wait a minute. Who going to get in the gym?
We. I love Jacob Cole, man. Jacob Cole asked me to come to the gym and work with him. Boy, I'll come. I'll come with Jacob Cole. That's my man. Jacob Cole and Money Mike, if they need me, I'm there. Who else we got, Jimmy?
Now, who else we got? Of course, we go to the next game. Now, as freshman, Shelton Henderson had 12 points in the starting lineup for Bel Air. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah,
also,
I like him.
Give a shout out to Todd Woods, had 13 points, 3 of 4 from three-point land for Elkins in the win. This Elkins team, now mind you, that was a college coach from Oakland who had just upset Oklahoma State the night before. He flew in to see a few kids. Jackson Fields was the first young man on his list to see that afternoon. Jackson Fields is the 6'7" wide receiver who quit football to concentrate solely on basketball.
Oh, for Elkins.
For Elkins.
Yeah.
Right? So Jackson Fields, here goes the stat line. 1 for 4 from the field, 0 for 2 from the free throw line, 2 points, 7 rebounds in 28 minutes. So if that coach from Oakland don't call back or don't follow back, then that was an audition in front of that.
You can't go off on one. You can't go off one game.
No, you can't. No, understand. I say
But you're right. He might. Because
if
he goes
he don't, if he don't call back, he know what his eyes saw.
Right.
Right? Can I explain to you why in a minute?
Okay.
In just a minute. So the next game up.
I didn't see this one.
So that means next game up was San Antonio Wagner and Goose Creek Memorial. Right? So Goose Creek Memorial.
Jimmy, hold up. Olga said, how do these kids make varsity with such stats? What stats you talking about? Olga, which one you talking about? Come on, Jimmy. I ain't mean to interrupt him, but when Olga say something, I want to see what she's talking about. Elaborate a little bit for me. What you mean such stats? But come on, Jimmy. Come on back.
And of course, next up, we were talking about Goose Creek Memorial and San Antonio Wagner. San Antonio Wagner features Austin Nunez, who signed with Arizona State last Wednesday. Well, their team played the night before in Dallas when he scored 41 points in his debut with San Antonio Wagner. Remember, Austin had to sit out last season after transferring in, and the UIL upheld his determining his eligibility would not be approved at San Antonio Wagner. So this was his season debut, was 41 in Dallas, and then he scored 28 points, 6 rebounds. He was 10 for 19 from the field, 4 for 6 from three-point land in the loss, 69-64 against Goose Creek Memorial. Well, Goose Creek Memorial, they have their version of a big three at the high school level. This team will compete and be one of the teams that's still standing or in the hunt. They're one of the favorites, along with Beaumont United, Katy Paytow, and I mentioned Goose Creek, just to name a few. Crosby, you throw them in there. From some folks, we don't, but Sam Bradford, he's unsigned senior.
I forgot about him.
You have Darius Woodson, and you have Avant Coleman, who's the guard, who's the leader of the show. Avant finished with 22 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. I say it again, a hell of a stat line for this young man in the win. 22 points, 6 rebounds, 5 dimes in the win. Avant Coleman.
Who is that?
Avant Coleman.
Okay.
Right?
I don't have it.
Darius Woodson. I'm sorry, Sam Bradford had 19 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. He only took 11 shots in the win, right? He played all 32 minutes. Darius Woodson, he's 6'7", Hatter. He played for the TJ Ford Team Ford basketball program, right? He finished with 17 points, 5 rebounds. He was 4 for 6 from three-point land. Darius Woodson is a similar body frame as the young man I talked about a while ago.
McDermott?
No. As the young man, the football player, Jackson Fields.
Okay.
So they're similar frames. The coach from Oakland, this Darius Woodson name was the second name on his list in the game to see. These were both unsigned seniors. He watched Darius Woodson play. He was watching Sam Bradford play. I'm sorry, Sam Bradford was the second name on that list.
Okay.
He came to watch Sam Bradford. Well, stayed to watch Sam Bradford.
You're talking about Sam Oakland Bradford. Up there in in Detroit area?
In Michigan.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
He likes Sam Bradford, but he loves
the other kid,
Darius Woodson. You see how they go? So that means now I don't not like the other young man.
I just like this one better.
But these guys here, I'm using my eye test. I can go up to both of them for one spot.
Hey, what Herb mean talking about? He said he did like the college coaches doing this game. He went to the car to have a smoke and charge his phone up. Herb, what is you talking about? Herb crazy. Keep going, man. Keep going. Yeah, the Horizon League. I was trying to think about the Horizon League. Yeah, that's where that little old guard came from, Jimmy, who made the NBA and got his ass cut 2 days later. That little guard, about 5'2", was shooting all them damn balls.
Yeah, the one that scored all them points in college.
Yeah.
Now, next up, that game, of course, once again, Goose Creek Memorial prevailed 69-64. And the next game up.
Oh, Goose Creek Memorial won the game.
Yes, they won 69
to
64.
All right. Okay, give me the next game.
64.
Let's talk about this Cy Ranch.
Cy Ranch pulled off the upset of the event with a 41-39 win over Beaumont United. This game here, understand something. Nobody stalled the ball. Both teams shot the ball horrible.
Give me the stats.
Beaumont United.
Wait, hold up, Jamie. Uga, take a look at this. Uga said that some guy was 0 for 2. That's what she said. He how in the hell he on varsity? Check this out, Uga. Give me them stats, Jim. Damn, I wish I had them stats over here with me.
Well, you can go get the stats while I'm talking.
Right.
Go over to rcssports.com. Go into the VIP news.
Okay.
And all of the box scores are posted in the VIP news.
Okay.
So that's one of the things, one of the benefits you get as being a subscriber to RCS Sports. By the way, it's only like $2.50 a month, guys. That's it.
$9.99.
For the whole month. And so you guys can follow along and with the box scores. And if you notice something in the box scores, post it right there in the Boom Boom Room so that we all can chime in on it. So once again, we're talking about Beaumont United and Cy Ranch. First, you said read you the stats. I said both teams shot it horrible. Neither team shot it well enough, whereas they deserved to win as a team. I'm talking about on a given day. For example, Cy Ranch shot 30% from the field, 30.9% from the field, that is. Beaumont United shot 30.5% from the field.
Ooh.
Beaumont United was 2 for 17 from three-point land.
Ooh.
I said again, 2 for 17 from three-point land. 18 for 59 from the field.
Jimmy,
in comparison,
Cy Ranch wasn't too much better.
That's
3
what
for 19. 3 for 19
from three-point land.
From 3-point land, and 17 of 55. Gosh.
So neither team shot it well enough. But when you say, man, they shoot that bad, you deserve to lose. However, it was a player that when you got both dynamics playing, both forces into play, meaning that both teams were shooting it horrible. Guys, at halftime, guess what the score was at halftime?
What, 20-something to 20-something? What, 21?
Oh,
what?
Hell no.
What?
Let's try 15-12 at the half.
Jimmy, who is it?
15-12.
Jimmy, who is Ryan Moore?
Ryan Moore is a guard over at Cy Ranch. And Ryan Moore, he had 11 points, but he was 1 for 7 from three-point land, 5 for 15 shot attempts. Damn. But he got the win. He got the win. So that's what I'm saying. When you get the win, you better had one.
I'm with you.
But at the same time, the man of the hour, as they used to say back in your days, how they grabbed a microphone, too sweet to be sour. Back in the day, was Dubem Maneki. They nicknamed Mo Maneki. That's Gabe Maneki's son. He came to play. He hit a switch and was ready to rock in that second half in this game. He finished with 21 points, 10 rebounds, right? In this particular win, 9 for 18 from the field. I'll put it like this, guys. He's the only player, right, on his team that shot greater than 50% from the field. I'll put it like this. I mean, that shot 50. It was 50% on the dot. Only player.
Jimmy, Herb just said something real key. Somebody should have had a monster night on the boards. All of them damn misses. But I just wanted to add that to you. That's a good point, Herb.
Well, the rebounds were spread out. You have a young and so here's another guy that's a kid that's I'm saying. Now Maneki, he's ranked in the magazine at number 19 in the area. He signed with Abilene Christian.
Okay.
Right. And he did what a Division I player is supposed to do. That's hungry, that feels I'm underrated. I've been slighted. I've been working my ass off in his gym, getting better, and trust me, his dad, his pops, is one hell of a jockey. He rides that horse day and night, trying to get his son mentally tough and get him better. And it paid off in that game. Understand, yes, it's a long way to go. This is game one of the season. And we're going to have these type of conversations a whole lot, guys. But I tell you one thing. One thing right now, Mo Manecki, now all eyes are on him. So if you could put 21-10 against Beaumont United, then you know what's expected of you now? You are expected to either produce a win, continue winning. You don't have to get 21-10 every game, but you got to come on with them double doubles, and you got to dominate. Put it like that. It don't even have to be points. Dominate is what he did. He dominated in this game. Now, as for Beaumont United, the University of Houston head coach and one of the assistant coach, I think two of the assistant coaches, were courtside watching recent signee Terrence Arsenault, right? And they were watching, and they were also watching Wesley Yates III, and they were also watching other players in other games. So Terrence Arsenault is on the front cover of the magazine. Wesley Yates is on the front cover of the magazine. So that means expectations are high. Terrence Arsenault had 14 points, 13 rebounds, 5 block shots. That's a good stat line. They needed more from him. That's not bad. He played well. Nobody shot it well besides Mo Manecki in this game. So let's let that, of course, Traylon Porsche was 3 for 6 from the field. That's 50% as well. But Traylon Porsche did not finish this game. He was finished the game on the bench. Back to Arsenault. Arsenault didn't shoot it well. He was 7 for 16 from the field, 0 for 2 from three-point land. He grabbed 13 rebounds. He had 14 points. He had 5 blocks. But you lost the game. You see? So you lose the game, you needed more. He played good. It's a good performance. A lot of people out there will take 14, 13, and 5 and run with it. You're the number one player in the city. On this platform right here, the number one player in the city has always flat out dominated in some form or fashion in this game at the season opener. I just leave it right there. Now, as for Wesley Yates, he had 11 points, 7 rebounds, but he was 2 for 10 from three-point land, 4 for 18 from the field. He hit 1 3-pointer to get him the lead in the closing minutes of the game. But they needed more. They didn't get it. So that means, guess what? You stick your chest out, you take it. And this team, I understand they have 2 players that are out and they'll be back. That went eligibility-wise, but still, they ain't no excuse. There ain't no excuse. You guys lost that game. Now we're going to see what happens. Because Beaumont United, their schedule this year, they play Atascocita at home in a couple of weeks. They're going to play Madison on the road this Saturday. They're going to play Bel Air at Rick Nelson's event the following Friday. That Bel Air game might be a trap game for Beaumont United. Because that couple of players who sit out will be playing with Bel Air. One of them is a starter. So mind you, Beaumont United, the undefeated streak is over with. So now it's back to and that could be a blessing and a curse. We'll see how this ends. Because, thank you, Kevin Freeman, November the 30th, Atascocita visits Beaumont United. I'm courtside for that game. And now, Next game up, we're going to roll on through this thing. And Houston Christian and Atascocita. Atascocita came out, open early on, jumped out to double-digit lead. They led by as much as 20 or 22 points. Three key players had to go and see the medical staff in the first half of that game. At one point, they all three was there at the same time. And, of course, Houston Christian closed that thing down in the third quarter, closed the gap down, and made it respectable where they lost only by 10 points, 71-61, which is a gallant performance in the loss. Mind you, Houston Christian only has one 12th grader on the roster. Houston Christian only has one 12th grader on the roster. That's Brody Robinson. He had 17 points, 5 for 15 from the field, but he had 8 turnovers. Right? Orlando Harden Jr. had 10 points, 8 rebounds, but he was 3 for 15 from the field. Adam? Now, we told you about rankings. Orlando Harden Jr. is ranked in the top 10 in the magazine in the junior class. You're in the top 10 in the junior class. You made your debut with Houston Christian. Well, that wasn't a debut. That was a second game, I think. And you finished with 10 points, 8 rebounds, but you shot it horribly. Montana Wheeler is the freshman I told you about earlier when I saw Jaden Holt play. Well, the other freshman guard who I got a chance to see make his debut at the season opener is Montana Wheeler. That's the younger brother of Xavier Wheeler. He had 18 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, 6 for 14 shooting from the field. For a 9th grader, that is a great showing on that type of stage against Atascocita's guards, who Atascocita has a slew of guards.
Atascocita got good job. Atascocita, do they have guards that plan on going to college? Or they just got a good team?
They will. They have a team full of impactful non-Division I guards.
Non-division. But Montana Wheeler, if he keep it up, he's
a Division I prospect already, no matter what.
Okay.
As a 9th grader, because of his position, he's modeling after his brother. So that means, you know what that means, Howard? His brother wasn't tall, and look where his brother's at right now. He went to Georgia, now he's at Kentucky, and he started every single game at both schools that he's suited up for. So if he's sub 6 foot and the brother coming through, then guess what?
Teddy got that formula. I don't care what nobody say.
He got that formula, and of course, but now as far as Atascocita, this young man. Remember at the Super 16, Atascocita won the Super 16 back in October, and they beat Elkins in the championship. In the championship game, we gave our MVP to a newcomer who has yet. This was his first game this past Saturday suiting up for them, named Landon Jumawan, right? So Landon Jumawan, he's from Hawaii. He was all-state as a 10th grader. He moved here back in December because of the pandemic. His family moved to Houston. Right. He enrolled at Humble High School because you had to stay somewhere, living in the hotels and whatnot. He lived in Humble High, stayed there, moved. They found a place, moved on, had to enroll in. They were zoned to Atascocita, and here you are. This young man, 23 points, 7 rebounds in 19 minutes. He had 19 points in 7 minutes in the first half. I say it again. He had 19 points in 7 minutes in the first half. This kid is the glue to this Atascocita's team. During midway through the first quarter or the first half, it took a gash to the head. They had to go patch him up. He's bleeding like a hog on the floor. Patched him up. That's why you have good medical staff in present at these types of events. Caleb Pouncey landed on his back. He went and only played 8 minutes. He couldn't even finish the rest of the game. They took him on out. He's a starting guy. Angel Johnson, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 5 steals for Angel, and 4 assists. Hell of a stat line. He runs this team. This Atascocita team, they are banged up still, but they play Katy Paytow in pool play Thursday at the McDonald's Texas Invitational. And that game now, of course, that brings to the last game of the day, and that is Clearbrook and Crosby. As the previous game was going on, Crosby came and strolled into the gym. I was at press row evaluating the previous game, which was Atascocita and Houston Christian. Well, I see the Crosby team coming in, and one of the young men was right in the middle of his teammates as they walked in single file, wasn't even suited up. That could sometimes be a red flag. I didn't think, say, well, maybe he might have to go to a recital, might have to go to church or something. Just met the team that got here late. Then Jeffrey Day came in and told me moments later that was PJ Haggerty, and he would not be suiting up today. So my initial thing was, damn, what happened? Did he fail? What happened? He says, they say that he say. That need to be on a t-shirt. They say that he say that it was a slightly hyperextended knee injury. So PJ Haggerty, the matchup, which was highly anticipated, PJ Haggerty versus the Millie Boys, Chemo and Smurf Melinda. That didn't take place. And of course, that game, it knocked all the fizz out of that game before it even began. The Millie Boys finished, they did what they were supposed to do. And Kellen Sampson, who's stayed there and watched the first half, looking at Smurf Melinda, who's an 11th grader. He already has a few offers, I think, including Lamar University head coach Alvin Brooks offered him and brought him down on campus about a month ago. He had 16 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. Only took 10 shots, 6 for 10 from the field. That's Smurf. Chemo, 23 points, 6 rebounds on 8 for 12 shooting from the field. That's domination, a variation of it. They did what they were supposed to do, playing against mostly intramural or subdivision 1 guards. They did what they're supposed to do. Crosby was playing without their leader. Sean Elkington, who signed with St. Edwards, shout out to this young man, 13 points, 8 rebounds, which is solid. Didn't shoot it well, 6 for 15 from the field. 0 for 5 from three-point land. But at the same time, it seemed like Crosby didn't have they wasn't spirited entering this game. It was almost like they were deflated. So that's pretty much it in regards to how the games from Saturday. And I know, and Hal has to get up out of here, and I have to go and send you guys. I'm going today to make the first drop of magazines mail outs at the post office. If you desire to get a magazine mailed to you, then you can act fast right now and simply send an email with the mailing address to rcssports.com, right? rcssports.com. And I'm going to post, right, the Cash App. You can just go on the website. That's too much. You go to RCS Sports and look on the front, and you'll see the magazine front cover, and follow those instructions ASAP. For shipping is $10 for one copy for shipping. If you want 2 copies, it's $15 total. If you want 3 copies, it's $20 total. If you want a magazine, I'm going to the post office immediately after the show to make the first drop. So therefore, if you want, understand, I got the envelopes right here. Got the envelopes right here. I got my Sharpie right here. So that way I can write your address and get one to you. And that's one day sooner you'll have this thing no, Marissa. You got to Cash App me, not me Cash App you. She put her Cash App on there. Or y'all gonna Cash App Marissa, so she gonna Marissa done turned. She my pimp now. That's how she done turned. And of course, yes, Marcus Carroll, efficiency is so overlooked in this era. Yes, yeah. And I'm looking at some of the comments on the Boomer Room, and this, guys, we got to get up on out of here. But we'll come back on tomorrow, and you guys can share more afterthoughts on this. Don't forget that the Hoops Giving Classic, right, is next Wednesday at Houston Christian School. And that schedule is on RCS Sports as well. I strongly encourage you guys, if you haven't been into the VIP news, to do so. But Howard just coming back right there. There we go. Well, we got to get ready to land this plane. And it is definitely time to slide down Dino's back and yabba dabba do this thing on this Tuesday. Yes, Corey Willis, you are in the first drop. I remember writing your name on one of those envelopes this morning. And yes, University of Houston will take on Virginia this evening in a nationally televised game at the Fertitta Arena. And it's going to be rocking in that place. It's a sold out. It is sold out. Also, I have some breaking news that we mentioned Houston Christian School. Orlando Horton is expected to withdraw from Houston Christian. I just got this text. And return to Clear Falls High School. Wow. We'll talk about that and a lot more on the Chop Shop. See, you never know what you get on the Chop Shop. You never know what you get. You get it. We break it. And guess what? We strongly encourage you guys, get your copy of the magazine. Strongly encourage you guys to go check out the VIP news. And I'm looking right now. Yeah. This is. I'm wondering if he's going to go back before the Hoops Giving Classic, because Houston Christian is scheduled to play Dickinson. Dickinson is in the same district that Clear Falls is in. So that means he could play Dickinson, then go. But whenever he goes back, the rule is, because he went to a private school, you only have to sit out 15 school days, 15 weekdays that you have to sit out before you can rejoin the team. So that's it. And
after one game,
they played 2 games.
After 2 games.
They played 2 games. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, we're going to talk about this tomorrow. I got to get out of here. 2 games. Okay.
I'm quite sure they have reasons. I'm quite sure. I understand.
I just want to know,
I get the facts.
I mean,
I
what's
get the
the
facts
reason?
tomorrow.
Find out. Check your traps. We'll see tomorrow.
I just got the message, and I'll just read it out. He said he's expected to return back to his own school. But if he had to make that drive every morning,
oh, that's rough.
If he think about
that ain't that bad. It's on the Beltway.
Clear Falls.
Where the hell is Clear Falls?
Yeah, it is to the Beltway. You can go.
Yeah, the Beltway ain't that far from the Falls schools.
No, hell, if you go that Beltway, you swinging all the way around.
Where is Clear Falls at, Jimmy?
Clear Falls is down yonder going toward Clear Lake.
Oh, hell no. Okay.
Unless he lived out there by Houston Christian, that's a hell of a commute.
Man, let's get out of it. Boy, let's get out of here. You give me something to think about. I'll see y'all later.
Yeah, man.
All right.
It's time to get up out of here, guys. Share the show on your way out the door. Share the show right now. If you haven't done so, don't forget, guys, send your email in if you want to get a copy. But I'll make this run to the post office. We'll see you guys in 22 hours, man. For Robert Hatter, it's Jim Hicks. We are the Chop Shop, man. Hey, that's what we all about. Peace.
Out.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop.